there is definitely a place where there is no fear. That is a very rare space. That space which is absolutely beyond fear is the space of the fearless one, the one who has come home, the one who has found himself, the one who is beyond all visions and opinions that others hold for him, the one who really is not at all any more concerned about what the world or how the world judges him or thinks of him. And that is the fearless space.
Namo Vitragai, Namo Rihantanam, Namo Setanam, Namo Ayelianam, Namo Vasayanam, Namo Loye Savasavunam, Eso Panchanamukharo, Savapava.
Deepakbhai, as a child, did you have an indication or anything that happened in childhood that indicated what would happen in your life?
I don't have any indication in my life.
It just happened.
It just happened, and without my imagination, I got thousands of times more I got
So it all came to you.
automatically.
Beautiful.
Really, the circumstantial evidence forced me in this stage.
You had spoken the other day of that when one being is liberated, one comes in to the incarnation. So how often does liberation happen? Like some idea. Once a year, are there 100 liberated souls? Are there 1,000? Or is there one every 10 years? Is there any indication that we have of how often liberation happens?
In scripture, it is mentioned in one minimum time, maximum 108 soul can go to liberation. But it is not total how many soul can go immediately means within, that is not properly mentioned. Say in year some few soul may go to salvation. It's very difficult out of this world. One can get salvation is very difficult.
So the goal is this liberation, but it is a very long process.
Long process. But Dada Bhagwan has found out spiritual science. Suppose all this system of electricity, light, fan, air condition, machinery, but somewhere one switch, if we shut off, the whole system will shut off. So Dada Bhagwan found out such a spiritual science. So where is the starting point of charging new karma? And that can be solved by the spiritual science, Akram Vigyan. And once he stopped charging new karma, then automatically when discharge karma gets finished, he can get ultimate liberation.
Patience.
Patience and scientific understanding.
If one was to link up the remembering of the 5 yagnas with the breathing, perhaps one could breathe in, I am pure soul, and breathe out, all this is relative. Yeah. If one did that, I am pure soul, all this is relative, the next breath would be the 3rd yagna, and would it be, there is no doer? And the next breath would be, I choose peace? What would your way of saying, in other words, if it's summed up as a breath?
Really, every breathe in and out, who is doing, I am knowing. I remain all the time knower what file one is doing. Breathe in or breathe out, or talking or not talking, doing or not doing. He's seeing something or closing eyes and in relaxed stage. Everything I am observer. What happened with this mind, speech and body.
So it doesn't help to just repeat the words with the breath because it's all just happening.
Yes.
For the practitioner, the doctors, the nurses, what might your message be to them, those who are helping others? They could be helped in their way of seeing their patients.
Whenever you start doing treatment to the patient to whom you are believing as a God, just pray them, I want correct diagnosis, correct medicine and correct time and correct amount of medicine I can give that person. I can give that person so that he can cure his health, and by grace of you I can help them for this medicine. Just pray God, and inside within few seconds you can do this thing, and inside pure soul of that person, please give me strength for perfect medicine and perfect diagnosis and for curing his health. Like that you can inside pray, and then you do treatment for the patient. That will be most helpful to you.
And now if you're speaking not to the doctor but to someone who doesn't give medicine but helps, so nurse, therapist, all those people who are helping but don't give medicine.
Be positive all the time and pray inside, this patient should cure and without any problem, without any suffering, and best evidence should meet him, best doctor treatment to him. So from our side we should be always positive and pray positive for that patient.
Someone in hospice who is dying. So this would be someone who are very ill, or their family really worried this person is dying. They're in that process. So is there a message for the person now who is maybe afraid of that? What would you say to them?
So patient, suppose patient is died, that is going to happen, is happened. So we will pray pure soul within that patient. He should get liberation, and whatever our relation, karmic account with that patient is now finished. So we should not get suffering, but we should remain in peace, and whatever our relatives are there, we should help them to remain in calm and quiet, and we should pray inside pure soul that his journey without problem, without any trouble, to the ultimate salvation.
Okay, now I am the one dying, so I am the patient. So speak to me as the patient. What do I need to know to help me come to peace?
We have to take surrender. Please surrender. Oh God, please give me strength to whatever this position comes. I want to remain in the stage of pure soul, if possible. Otherwise, to whom we are believing, please give me. I am surrendering to my whole life to you. Please give me ultimate salvation. Like that, we can pray.
There are many people also who don't believe in God, but they're still dying. Is there anything that you might say to that person?
Suppose we have enough time, say 1 hour, 2 hours. So we should remember what bad things I have done in my life. That is very wrong. I should not do this mistake in my life. And whatever the positive things, I should do this positive, I should do this positive. Like that, we can change our inner intent. All for negativity, we should stop in future, and in our next life is in remaining positive and helpful for mankind. That we can do.
I've been doing a film series called In Search of the Great Song. the idea that underneath this whole world there is a song going.
Life is a song and we can enjoy that song. But when we can enjoy this song, we should not give any trouble to anybody. Don't hurt anybody. And enjoy in your own way this life as a song.
Every human being on this earth requires a form in order to reach the formless. And therefore there is really, when one looks very critically at all the various religions and all the various religious symbols, there is really no difference really when it comes right down to reaching the formless. Although, as you know, some people absolutely refuse to believe that God has form. And then the final one, of course, is the form of the formless one who comes in front of you in form. A living, walking, talking person who reminds you of that which is the highest amongst men. And such human beings are very, very rare, very rare.
Ultimate goal of this human life is to achieve salvation. And to get salvation, we have to realize, who am I? Very important goal of this life, we have to realize, who am I? And for realization of who am I, we must get enlightened person. We have to remain in search of person who has realized his own soul, and if we get that person, then definitely we will get our own self-realization, and this will tends to ultimate salvation. And if we cannot get such a person or such a self-realization, then our mind, speech and body, our intellect, ego, everything we should spend for other person. Means for helping others, it should be our goal of life. Because if we help others, if we give happiness to others, then only we can remain in happiness. And if we give any unhappiness to any other person, definitely we will get unhappiness. So human wants happiness all the time. So he should give happiness to others. And for permanent happiness, if we want permanent happiness, then only one way to get self-realization that will give us permanent happiness. Jai Satchidananda.